Well, good evening. How is everyone doing this evening? Thank you for joining another episode of Arizona Outdoors. I hope everyone is well this evening. Glad you could join the channel tonight. Going to do something a little bit different this evening. The state that I'm in, Arizona, here in the area that I'm in, I should say, we got hit really hard with a severe thunderstorm earlier this afternoon, and it's still somewhat carrying on. It's kind of quieted down for right now, per se. But we are expected probably more rain throughout the night. Believe it or not, we had what they would constitute as a tornado for our area here. Um, to me, it looked like and I don't want to disrespect because, again, it could have been a potential tornado, but the reality was it looked like a giant dust storm on top of that with a bunch of lightning and rain and all that kind of stuff. So, but fortunately, I haven't heard anything bad has happened to anybody, which is really a good thing. I was out earlier this evening. We had to do a little bit of errands, my wife and I, and when the rain was coming down pretty heavy and pretty hard, some of our streets did get flooded pretty good. So I will admit it was kind of hairy for the most part. But again, we're safe at home, and here we are. So, folks, I hope you're having a wonderful evening this evening. Um, you may notice that I am in the background of my home. I'm not out fishing tonight. I was kind of disappointed because I really wanted to get out there and do some fishing this evening at the river because it is up to about 4 units today, but the weather decided differently. I know that when I left work earlier, you may have seen that short video that I posted about the clouds coming in. I was hoping it was going to break away and start clearing up for that night, but no, it didn't. So it's okay. It's okay. It's always a pleasure to be here on YouTube with you and my followers. And I always have a great time conversating with you guys. So do me a favor. I've got 5 viewers. Can I get some thumbs up? Much appreciated. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch me this evening here on my channel. And, it means a lot to me that you do support me and my channel and all that I do. I couldn't be here without you guys. I will tell you straight out, it is because of you I am where I am today, and my channel is a success. My channel is becoming a successful channel at that. I would like to give a shout out to all of you who, each and every single one of you who did subscribe to me. I have now reached the 400 mark or so. I think I'm at 406. I appreciate that. So do me a favor. Let's keep that momentum going. Let's hit 500 now. I would love to hit 500 subscribers on that point. Tonight's video is different. Like I said, I wanted to just share some things with you that I have actually added to my arsenal. Now, one of my followers, Josie, which you all may know, was asking me in regards to some of my equipment that I use. Well, I wanted to share with you some of the things and even some new bait I'm going to challenge myself to use and see where it goes. So, with that being said, let's get the show going. Damon, Demon King, how are you? Thanks for joining the channel this evening. Glad to have you aboard. So, now a lot of times you folks may see me out there when I'm actually doing my lives at night. And again, I do light up the area quite a bit. My very first few videos, if you go back and watch when I first started my YouTube channel, yeah, it was pretty sad. It was really pretty sad as far as lighting. My wife, love her to death because she's the one that has encouraged me on a lot of things that I need to do. Robot YouTube, how are you? Are you watching me from the Philippines? Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. It means a lot. So again, as I was stated, one of my viewers was asking me how I lit up my night scene. Well, sounds like I got thunder going on in the background as we speak even. Okay, so what I use for my nightlight vision is this. It is a Husky tripod. It does elevate up and down, okay? And it does come with a tripod stand that you're able to elevate up to about maybe 4.5, 5 feet or so. Okay, it does have 3 different settings and different color tones on it for lighting. This thing is like the best thing that I have ever found, for using that area. The nice thing I like about this is that it can basically be a 360-degree light setup. Depending on how you want it to work, it works really well as far as direction, and it is LED, okay? So the nice thing about that is that you have the ability of controlling the setting of the lights that you want. Now you have the super bright, can tone it down a little bit, and then you can tone it down even more so. You also have the ability of changing the colors on the scents on it, which gives you the softness, the warmth, and all that. So again, that is one of the options that I use quite a bit in my arsenal of when I'm out fishing at night. So anyway, that's one of the issues that I like doing with that. And I do try to use that quite a bit to see exactly where it goes on that. Okay. So again, if you're interested, definitely. I was able to purchase this one out here at Home Depot. And I believe if memory serves me right, these were on sale the day that I got them. I think they retail probably close to about $55 or $60, but I was able to get this for a great price of $49. At a deal like that, I couldn't afford not to. I could not afford to get pass up the opportunity. Tisha, good morning. How are you? Where are you watching me from? Appreciate you joining the channel this evening. We're just kind of going over some of the products that I use during my episodes when I'm doing a lot of night fishing, per se, out by the Colorado River. So again, this is a really good investment. The nice thing about these is that they are rechargeable with the batteries. So they are amazing. And like I said, these things will light up a night sky to make it. Well, we got some jets going over the house tonight. Interesting. Doing some, sounds like they're almost doing some night maneuvers. But again, this is definitely a game changer, especially if you want to light up the night when you're out there. I was also able to come across another version of the Husky light up. This one I call the Mini. Okay, this thing is amazing. Oh, you're from Sri Lanka. Okay, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining the channel. I'm here in the United States in a state called Arizona. Okay, now I call this one my mini, or the mini light per se. Okay, it is the same concept, but a smaller version of it. Now, this one here does have the tripod, but it does not extend up as high. Okay, you're able to pull up with it. Okay, it does give you the flexibility of doing a 360 if you choose to, which is nice. Again, when you set it down on your surface top, whether it's the back of your pickup, the back of your car, whatever the case may be, or even on the ground. Okay, they are actually really, really nice. I don't know if you folks can hear that or not, but we've got jets flying over my house. This is something new. Now, these are not regular aircraft jets. These are like military jets, which is kind of interesting. We normally don't do that. Yoslin, how are you? Thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate you being on here this evening. Now, this also has on the top of it, does have the settings for the lighting. Okay, you can do the various light on it, this brightness and all that. You can tone it down. Even more so if you want that real soft, but yet not so exuberant bright light. And then it can shut down like so. Oh, actually, it does a strobing before I forget. There you go. And then it shuts down. Now, when you hold this top one down, per se, see if we can do this real quick. Okay, we're going to shut it down. Hang on a minute. There is, I promise you, there is, well, at the base of it, see, I'm almost positive that this is the right one. Oh, you know what? Well, no, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of a different light. On another one that I have, you know, Daddy, how, you don't know, how are you? It's going really well here this evening. How you doing, my friend? Glad you could join the channel tonight. I'm just going over some of the products that I use on my night fishing videos when I'm out there live with you guys. One of the subscribers, Josie, which you may know, wanted to know what I used. So I told her I would do like a video on some of the products I use. Now, these two items, again, like I said, this one was a really good price, by the way. I was able to pick this one up for like $25 to $29, okay, at the local box store, as I call it, or the Home Depot, per se. It is a great tool to use for at night. I normally will put this one back on the back of the pickup tailgate area. That way I can light up that nighttime area when I'm there. Again, it's a good piece of equipment. And then I have the bigger one, which you all know about. This is the bright one. I have 3 of these, which really light up that area that I'm out there when I'm fishing on that bank side there. So it's good to know that. Now, at some point back when I first started my channel, I was having, well, thank you. I appreciate that. You don't know. You know, if you do any kind of night fishing, my man, that is the way to go. I mean, if you look at some of my earlier videos from way back when, yeah, they were pretty dark. And then my wife was the one that actually told me, you know, you need to get better lighting. That way people can see what you're doing out there. And yeah, it's been a game changer. So again, I don't know what type of stores you have where you live at. You don't know, but I'll tell you what, if you can find a store, any kind of hardware store or things like that that carry them, this brand that I use is called a Husky brand. They work great and they're rechargeable and they're virtually inexpensive. I won't say they're indestructible because they can break, but I'll tell you what, for the most part, they've been really durable for me. I haven't had any issues with them. Now, this unit here has been a game changer for me. When I first started, I kept having issues with my phone dying out after about 2 hours or so, if that. Okay, it would only allow me to have maybe 2 hours of live video chat time. This was the game changer. This piece right here is a lithium battery power bank, and this thing will keep my phone charged for a long time. I went from almost an hour and a half to 2 hour videos to 5.5 hours. This, my friends, is definitely a game changer. The funny thing about this one is I don't remember the name of the company that gave that the name that makes this, but I will tell you, it is a phenomenal piece of equipment to use. It's heavy, so I know it's got a lot of power for as far as battery for holding a good charge. It came with its own USB cord to plug in and recharge. It's a great piece of equipment to have. So that was definitely a game changer. Now the microphone that you see on my shirt here, that was a game changer for me also. The nice thing about these mics, now there are different mics out there that will do a lot better than what I have. I'm pretty much on a budget, so I have to do with what will work for me. Overall, though, this was a game changer also. The windsock that you see on this thing, it does pretty well. I mean, it blocks out probably about maybe 95% of it. You don't know. I will probably be going. Oh, actually, I do know. I almost forgot to say that. Tomorrow morning, I will be getting up early, and well, I appreciate that, sir. Tomorrow morning, I will be going out on a. There is a free fishing event going on in the city that I live in, and it's giving an opportunity for the less fortunate or children or even adults that don't have the ability to go fish or have the means to do it, or as far as the poles, the equipment, and things like that. The city is putting it on, and it's what we call fishing with a first responder day. I think it's a great way to get the community together. I think it's a fabulous way to get people out there to fish, especially children. Me being retired for so long as a first responder, I'm definitely on board with this. Oh, indeed it is. I believe, in all honesty, that we need to get more children and more people involved in fishing more than ever because if we don't, it's a sport that's going to end up going away. And, don't ever think that we can't lose that ability because I can honestly say in the last maybe 10, 15 years or so, I have seen somewhat of a decline in it. And it's sad to say that one. Yeah, that's the sad part about it. You don't know. The it is a sad part about that. I was so fortunate that when I was growing up, we didn't have those kind of things that we got to get stuck with. I mean, not saying videos or games are bad. I don't. I mean, I like to play them every so often, but to me, fishing out there is just to me that's nature's video game in my opinion. And the rewards are great. I mean, the prizes you win are catching the fish and getting to eat it and take it home and eat it. Definitely, definitely. So again, I'm pretty excited about that. I'll be taking both. Probably my grandson, my granddaughter may be going. It'll be me, my son, and probably my wife. Oh, indeed, that's what we did. Also, man, we grew up in a great time and era, didn't we? I'll tell you what, our childhood like that was probably the best time ever. I'm sad enough to say that kids unfortunately won't be able to experience that kind of stuff around unless we, as grandparents or even parents, start teaching them that. So, and like I said, I'm not opposed to video games. I think video games are great. I just think everything's good in their perspective, though. That's just my opinion on it. So, yeah. So I did go out and I did prepare some stuff that I wanted to get set up for tomorrow. It's been a little bit since I fished for trout, so let's see here. You don't know. It says I'm 40 now, and the world has changed a lot. Indeed, it has. It has. Yeah, indeed, it has. I'm going on 62, and I've seen some big changes compared to where I've come from. So, not some not so good, and some good, but more and more, man, it's like we just need to get back to basics. That's all I know. We need to get back to basics of being outdoors, getting out there hunting, fishing, and spending time in nature. You know, the good Lord gave us the ability to do it. We need to take full advantage of that for sure, for sure. Well, thank you. Yeah, I normally keep my hair cut pretty short, but I mean, for the most part, I guess it is. I mean, I do got some up there, but I do appreciate that. Yeah, actually, I actually did retire when I was 59, but I couldn't still sit still long enough. So I ended up, I ended up going back to work and taking a job which keeps me busy. But as I always say now, I basically work to fish, because it gives me the abilities to do the things that my wife and I like to do, and me fish and her fish and things like that. So yeah, it's worth it though. I haven't decided on whether I really want to fully retire at 62, 63 yet permanently. But Josie, how are you? Oh, it's quite all right. You know what? We just had the worst downpour ever. The worst downpour ever. Hang on a second, Josie. Let me read one comment prior to you. I don't want to be disrespectful to you. You don't know. I will be working till I die in this country. Oh, you don't know. I'm so sorry. I do understand that certain countries are having it a lot harder than we are. In America, we are blessed. We really are. I can't put it any other way. And my heart does go out to those countries that are suffering. So, but my friend, I just do the best that you can. Keep fishing in the forefront there, and don't ever forget to take your vacations and take time to spend time with family and friends. That's what it's all about. I mean, if anything, that's what I've learned. Josie, yeah, we did get hit pretty hard out here. I'll tell you what, we got hit really hard out here. It was a torrential downpour. Some of these streets that we have were flooding really hard, really hard. Hi, Barbie. How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you watching. Good to see you watching. So, Josie, let me get back to you. I'm going to kind of recap. I promised you, well, I appreciate you too. You don't know. You know what? Hey, on YouTube, we're family, man. We're family, and we got to encourage each other and stick together. We got to do it. When we're down, we lift each other up, and when we achieve and we do things that are awesome, we celebrate with each other. That's how I look at it. You know, in a world where so much chaos and craziness goes on, it's nice to be part of a family, a fishing family, and things like that. It's just amazing. I love it. So, Josie, I just wanted to recap a little bit. I don't mean to go back over what we talked about for those of you still on here, but be patient with me because I did promise Josie I would do this video for her. So, Josie, you were asking me about the light setups and everything. Well, I didn't disappoint. Let's start with the big one first. This is the big beast. I have three of these. Okay, these are the Husky three lensed LED lights, and these things are amazing. Okay, they can go at just about 360 direction on that, and they light up big time. I don't want to really blind you, but they light up big time. There we go. Whoo, it's bright. Okay, it does also that. Okay, it gives you different colors on what you want as far as tone for warmth or straight out if you want to do like super bright. It also gives you various settings. Okay, this does come with a tripod, and it does extend up about 5 feet of those. Yeah, they are. These are really nice. These are really nice. I bought these at the local Home Depot. Um, yeah, I think when I purchased these, they may have been on sale, but I think even at $49 a piece, it wasn't a bad deal. It really wasn't. Um, Again, they come with a tripod. They are rechargeable, which I think are great. Yeah, they are bright. You absolutely are correct on that one. You don't know. They are bright. They come with the rechargeable battery, and they can take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to charge 100%. Or like I do, a lot of times I'll just leave them plugged in before I go to sleep, and I'll leave them run all night long. That way I know they're 100% charged by morning time. So I have three of these monsters. These things are amazing. I can probably honestly tell you, I can probably get about 2 or 3 good nights of good solid fishing for 3 to 4 hours before I actually have to recharge them. So now this is kind of my favorite one. I call it the baby Husky. Okay. It is a tripod also, but it's a mini version of it. This is the one that when you see me at the back of my tailgate of my truck, when I'm at the down or the bank side, it does do the tripod. Okay. It also does telescopically go up like such. Okay. It is kind of cool. It does a 360 rotation on it. The thing with this one here is that it does have the push button on the very top here. You hold it down. Okay. It's not super bright, but it does give you various lights and shades of color or brightness. Okay, and then it tones it down. The nice thing I like about this one though, everyone, Josie especially, this one has the ability of doing the blinking. Okay, that I think is pretty cool. And then you shut it down. To me, now if I see a light blinking like that, I think the only thing that Husky could have improved on that one would have been if they would have had an ability to do like a red or an amber light, would indicating either an urgent issue or maybe help. I need help. But I mean, overall though, it is not a bad light. I paid this one actually, yeah, this one was only 20, I believe it was 25 or $29. And if you have a Home Depot locally by where you guys live, Josie, you and Mr. J need to go check these things out because these things are amazing. These may be hard to find. I know that when I purchased these, they were pretty much getting ready to blow these out and potentially discontinue them. Okay. The thing that I've learned with Home Depot that if something goes on clearance, buy it because it ain't coming back. Now, these I know for a fact are still there. Now, not to say that they don't have a different version of these. Okay. Not that they don't, they will. Indeed, they might. Okay. Even Lowe's may have them then. You never know. And I don't know if Husky is exclusive to Lowe's, but their version of something like this would be ideal. I guarantee it. And there you go. Again, it's that I think it'd be ideal to have those set up for you. So check out your local box store and see what they have to offer. Oh, you know what? And it's funny because I am always looking for stuff that I can use to enhance my fishing abilities. Whether it's lighting, whether it's as I shared with you before, this power bank was a game changer for me. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll tell you what, this power bank is a game changer. I was able to go from 2 hours, if that, all the way to almost 5 hours. So it is definitely a game changer. Yes, indeed. Oh, you saw that, huh? Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I almost forgot about that. There we go. There we go. Indeed. Yeah. Good eye, Josie. That's it. Yeah, there you go. I completely forgot about it. Awesome. But okay, these things are a game changer. I'm excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to try this. I have been doing some research here in Arizona, and I wanted to find out what the legalities were on catching bait fish. Now, in Arizona here, we are really fortunate, and I do mean fortunate because we are allowed to, hang on a second. I have an old power bank that doesn't work well. It says bad connections. You know what? If it works, why not, Josie? Indeed, if it works. The good thing I like about these power banks now is that they do not. Um, nah, don't worry about it. Hey, I totally get it. We're all tired. It's been a long week, but it's been a short week in a sense. But yeah, I totally get it. Don't ever worry about that. I knew what you meant. By the way, how's Mr. J doing tonight? Tell him hi for me if you would. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot where I was going. See, I just went scroll. Hello. So anyway, yeah, I am super excited. Oh, he's asleep. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, poor guy. He's probably tired. Well, when you see him in the morning or when he wakes up tomorrow, tell him that I said hello and sorry that I missed him. So as I was saying, I wanted to find out what the legality was for bait fish here in Arizona. I know that it's legal. Okay, that I do. We are allowed to catch bluegill. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I know that in the state here of Arizona, we are allowed to use bluegill for cut bait. We're allowed to do live bait. We're allowed to do shad, which I think is amazing, phenomenal. And but the thing about that though is I just recently purchased this and I haven't even opened it yet. I cannot wait to see how this works. This is a 3 or 4 foot bait casting net that has weighted bottoms on it. and a long lanyard that you pull up. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to try this. I've been watching on YouTube on how to throw these bait caster nets. These things are amazing. They seem super simple, but leave it to me. I'll probably figure out a way to mess that up. I'm pretty good about that. A few times and I'll finally end up getting it right. But I'm excited about trying that out. Uh, when I get back out there on the water with the boat and the boat is up and running, the reason why I'm so excited about getting this going is because it is projected this year that we are supposed to have a top-notch boil season here on our lake. And what I mean by boil season is when you're out on the water and you start seeing the water literally look like it's boiling and bubbling, bait fish are everywhere out there. And I guarantee you, if bait fish are there, the stripers are going to strike hard and strike fast. I guarantee it. Yes, it would be incredibly crazy. I tell you what, it would be incredibly crazy. But the nice thing about these types of nets that I'm sharing with you on these here, these things, when you get your bait fish put in these things and you cast them up onto the boat, then you hoist them up, you're allowed to put the bait fish in your live well to keep them alive. Or you can put them in a bucket with water and keep an aerator in there if you want to go that route, because that way it keeps them alive the whole time while you're out there fishing. In fact, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I might need to invest in an aerator with a 5-gallon bucket with a lid on it so I can actually put them in there without losing water and having them spill all over. That's an excitement, though. I cannot wait to try that. Oh, no problem. You don't know. You got it, my friend. We'll be here waiting for you when you get back. You know what? I got to be honest with you, Josie. I have never done it. I have never done it. Everybody that I've seen do it and all the YouTube videos that I've watched do it, they've had really good success for it. And the reason why I think it will be a game changer on as far as live bait fish is because of the fact is that they still are live and moving. You can actually hook them on the back dorsal fin area on the backside, and as you do your cast out there, they're still moving around and swimming. I guess it may give them the inherent movement of an injured fish or something to that degree. But yeah, the stripers just go crazy for them. Yeah, so I'll tell you, the first time I use it, I'll let you know how it goes. But the reality is every YouTube video that I've seen that people who have fished have done them has been very successful with them. Um, there's that one channel I was telling you about. You may remember, Josie. I told you to check. I may have. I don't recall. I shouldn't tell you. I told you. I may have told you about Cincy Outdoors. They're literally out of Vegas area, which is about an hour and a half or so from me. I actually talk to them every so often on YouTube or Facebook. But that's when I first started noticing about doing live bait. That was the YouTube channel that I started following when I saw that. Yeah, it never fails. It never fails because you're actually using a live fish as bait, and the striper is going to go after him. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Josie, because you got in a little bit later, but that's fine. But I'll recap it for you. Tomorrow morning, I am going to be going to a outdoor function here in the city. Oh, he's amazing. Adrian Sr. and Jr., they're amazing individuals. Much respect for them. I was surprised to find out that Adrian Jr. has been fishing since he was probably before 10 years old. Their channel's been around that long. So their channel's probably, he's now 21 now. So their YouTube channel has been going strong since, 11 years now. Oh, yeah, just amazing individual. I mean, a great father and son tag team. Mad respects for him. Um, oh yeah, I almost forgot again. Yeah. So I'm going to be going to a fishing event tomorrow. It is called Fishing with the First Responder. Our local city here in Bullhead, where I live, is going to be putting that on. That, and I believe one other subtype of lodge or something like that is going to be Veterans Lodge or somebody's going to be getting involved with that also. I cannot wait to see how that's going to go because it's going to give us an opportunity to have young anglers like children and young adults who have never fished or couldn't afford to fish with first retired or active first responders. Yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting. Being a first responder myself for 20 some years, yeah, I get excited about that, and it's going to be a really good time. I'm taking my grandson with me. My son will be out there, and maybe my wife might even show up. She may go too. She hasn't told me yet whether she's going to, but I'm hoping she kind of will. It's supposed to be cooler tomorrow, providing the weather doesn't go bad because they are calling for rain tomorrow. Now, rain can be good, but if you know Arizona, we might be getting the thunderstorms and lightning with it. And that's the only thing I'm concerned about. But so far, tentatively, it is a go for tomorrow for sure. So I had to go to Walmart or Wally World, as I like to call it, and pick up a couple additional items that I haven't had in my arsenal for quite a while. Well, I appreciate that, Josie. I really do. Um, a lot of people used to say that we were heroes. I will tell you, I never looked at it that way. I really didn't. I was paid to do a job, and that's what I did. And I'll tell you, even before that, though, before I went full time in in that type of capacity, I was actually a volunteer firefighter for a few years. So I would have done it for free. I was very fortunate that I got blessed to be able to be put in a position where I could get paid for it at that point. So, oh, you call it Wally World? Yeah, I think we all do. I've been calling it Wally World for as long as I can remember. So, but anyway, yeah, I had to go to Wally World. So I wanted to pick up some trout material because I haven't fished for trout for quite a while. So I ended up picking up this power bait. You might be able to see that. This, I was hoping to find the garlic flavored because I do know that trout do like garlic flavor. Okay, I did that. And the nice thing about these trout nuggets is that instead of me having to create the shape that I want, it already comes on it. So I don't anticipate this being too much of a problem being on a small treble hook. Now, I'm pretty excited about this. Okay, these are called Mike's Garlic Salmon Eggs. Okay, salmon eggs are normally red in color, as you can tell. I mean, they're like a really red color. Yeah, it can be. There are some things that there, not to go off tangent, but I appreciate you acknowledging that. I really do. There are some things that I don't talk about. Not to get somber or serious on the channel here, because it's always upbeat and that's the way I want to keep it. But I'm always upfront and I'm always honest with my viewers. There are some things that I've seen in my career that I can never unsee. Some things that still affect me deeply, even though I don't talk about it. My wife knows a lot, but there's some things that I won't even tell my wife that I've experienced or seen. My wife is really, I'm so fortunate to have such a great an understanding and a great wife. If I would come home and I wouldn't talk much, she would know that it was a bad day. I would share some things with her, but there are some things I just wouldn't share with her. I don't think some people need to know it or hear it. So I just, by the grace of God, I was able to keep my sanity and didn't drive me to the other direction like so many unfortunate people that I do have known that were friends that are either no longer alive or, have went a different direction because of the pressure of it. But I'm so fortunate that I wasn't that way. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. In my heart, I just did the job because I loved it. I don't really constitute myself as a hero, but I appreciate that. Not to, dismiss what you're saying. I truly appreciate that. I never felt that way. I had a job to do and I did it. So, but yeah, I'm excited to Munchie, how are you? Thanks for joining the channel tonight, my friend. Glad you could make it. Hope you're doing well. Deborah, how are you? Good to see you. Glad to see you're on here tonight. Hope you're doing well. We're just kind of recapping on some things I was sharing with the viewers, some of the stuff that I use for my nighttime fishing, the light systems and all that kind of stuff, the power bank. If you didn't get a chance to check out the beginning, that's quite all right. If you get a chance to watch the video later, you'll get caught up on everything. And then the power bank. Anything to improve the channel. That's what I say. So we already know about the trout nuggets. I'm hoping these work. I really do. It's been a little while, but these are the ones I'm kind of excited to see. Will they work? The garlic flavored, I guess, yeah, I guess it would be considered salmon eggs. They don't look like eggs, but I guess they are, but they're garlic flavored. So I think that might do well. So I'm kind of excited to see how that works. Now, normally when I go and I look at lures, okay, I'm looking at if you're familiar with the rooster tail, which if you fish trout, you definitely know what they are. They're about $4 a piece. They are definitely $4 a piece or so, and they're kind of expensive, in my opinion. They are. Oh, you're talking about the salmon eggs or the trout bait? Yeah, I'll let you know, Josie. Absolutely. I will tell you, I've used them in the past. I have used them in the past when I used to fish in the state that I lived in. They do work. They do work. I believe that trout, you've got to be really patient to fish for trout. That I do remember about trout fishing. You have to be patient. And I'm not always the most patient person. I don't like to sit still too long. That's why I think striper fishing for me is like amazing because I can get up, walk around, stand, sit, get up, do things. I guess that might be that ADHD or whatever I have in me, or that it is because I cannot sit still. I'm surprised I sleep long enough to or sit still long enough to sleep. But I mean, overall, though, I'll definitely let you know how they work. But I know when I've used them in the past, they work well. Oh, so they only stock 1 pound there, and it's so full of weeds. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that is really tough. I understand that. Would you do? I know that predominantly trout preferred treble hooks. I wonder, do they make a weedless treble hook? I wonder. I know they do on regular hooks, but I wonder if they make weedless treble hooks. Hmm, that should be something interesting for me to look up. I know when you're fishing in heavy conditions, as far as vegetables or salad, not my favorite two things. They can be very problematic with hooks, but I know they make an awesome and amazing weedless hook to where 90% of the time you never get caught on them. I have used both and caught trout. Okay, great, great. Last week they had put heavy equipment pulling the weeds out. Oh, so they literally had to go in and dredge that. Yeah, I truly believe that a lot of times these lakes and rivers need that desperately. I do understand that it does give a lot of oxygen in the water, which is needed, but boy, it can play havoc on the hooks. I'll tell you what, especially when the fish get tangled up in there. Now, Deborah, you said that you've used both. So you've caught trout on trebles, obviously, but you've also caught them on regular hooks. What size hooks were you using, if you don't mind me asking? And what bait were you using? I'm curious. Was it the salmon eggs or did you power bait? I'm always curious about that because I've always used treble hooks and they seem to work. In fact, even on your rooster tails like these here, they work. Oh, so you use salmon eggs and power bait on treble and regular hook or just trebles? Because I've got these, and now these are your treble hooks, but these are the rooster tails. And I know these things work really well. You just got to finesse these bad boys, but they do work well. I think even the color variation on these things are going to work out pretty well. They like the colors and they like the flash, that I do know. But I do know that, man, we have to be patient on those fish because they make it their own time. Yeah, they really are. You don't know. They really are. Well, Josie, that's successful then. You've caught one on rooster tail. That is definitely a successful story for sure. Again, trout, I think they're great fishing. A lot of people love fly fishing for them. Right, right. Indeed, you don't know. But the reality is, though, is that I don't know. The trout seem to hit really well on these for the most part. I probably use these more than I have the actual power bait. I've always tried to use scented power bait because I always felt that that would enhance the actual senses for the fish to be able to want to bite. But again, it's fishing. To me, I don't know if there really is a science to it. There may be, but it is what it is. Let's see here. You don't know. It says there's a lot of trout over here, but you need a license to catch them. Well, yeah. In your country, you don't need a license to catch certain fish. You don't know, or is it just trout? Saltwater fishing is free. Wow. No kidding. Wow, that's wow. See, now in the States here, no, it's not free. I take that back. The only time that it is free is if you're fishing off a pier. Let me catch up here real quick. I don't want to lose anybody here. Well, I don't know. Try to catch them if you want to buy extra fishing license for them. Oh, hang on a second, Joseph. Let me go back and read what you said. Well, I don't try to catch them. You have to have this extra license. I'm okay. I'm kind of confused on that one, Josie. You have to have an extra license for to catch. Your licenses doesn't incorporate all of them. I used to use Tomo. Oh, no kidding. Oh, because of the fact, Deborah, because of the fact they're so hard to get out of the actual throat area once they've gobbled them. Yeah, I can actually see that. Wow. You don't know that still trips me out. So you do not need a license to fish saltwater, but you need for fresh. That's really cool. Oh, no kidding, Josie? You have to specifically buy a license just for trout. So your fishing license doesn't incorporate everything. It just incorporates everything but trout. Wow, that's really awesome. You don't know. So saltwater fishing in your country is free. Wow. That I don't want to sound flabbergasted, but I am. I know in the state that I lived in before, the fishing license caught you could sea fish, you could saltwater fish, freshwater fish, and it covered just about every fish unless it was an endangered species. Bank Fishing Arizona's, how are you? Oh, I'm not catching anything tonight, my friend. I'm actually at home. We're having some really bad weather out here in Arizona. We had a major, major storm run through here this afternoon. A lot of our streets got flooded. So, oh, yeah, I just had a senior moment. Bank fishing, you're Stacy. Hello. I thought I knew that. Now I get it. Stacy, how are you? Yeah, we had some really bad weather here. I mean, it was really bad. We even had what they would constitute as a tornado, not too far from where I'm at. Yeah, of all places, Arizona tornado. Yeah, apparently it can happen. Weirder things have happened, I guess. Yeah, okay, Josie, I got you. I had another senior moment. I can't lie. Yeah, hopefully it's not bad tomorrow because I'm supposed to go to a fishing event tomorrow in the city. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got you, Deborah. Yeah, I actually do have a yellow fish, a rooster tail. I just bought these extras in case my wife wants to try them out tomorrow or my son. See, you don't know. It says the only salt water that you can't aren't allowed to fish here is the. Oh, so it's more like a breeding area for them to breed. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, indeed, indeed. I remember years and years and years ago when I was a lot younger. I lived in a little town called Mesquite in Texas. Yeah, Mesquite, Texas, and we literally had a tornado literally jump over our house. It took the house on one side, left ours, and took the house on the other side. So yeah, it's an experience I'd never want to live through again. I'll tell you that. Oh, the Marine. Okay, you don't know. You don't. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I've lived through some tornadoes. I've lived through hurricanes. I've lived through fires. I've lived through floods. I've even lived through earthquakes. Yeah, I'm done. Mama Goat, how are you? Thanks for joining this evening. Glad you're here on board. We're doing things a little bit differently tonight. I'm kind of going over some of the tools that I use for the trade, as I say, and introducing some new equipment and some new bait, all kinds of good stuff. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. How's Chaos Goat doing this evening? Did he go out fishing today? I know he's been catching some major fish where he's at. He's been slaying them big time. Oh, perfect. I'm glad he's home safe. Wild Outdoorsman, how are you? Thanks for joining tonight. Nine Pike? Holy mackerel. I'm telling you, man, that man is the GOAT. He is doing it. Greatest of all time, indeed. Yeah, boy, I would love to have a day like that. Indeed. I'm doing fine, Wild Outdoorsman. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, you making mirror for jobs? Really? Thank you. Indeed, he is a pike slayer. As you can tell, I'm getting ready to. Oh, well, glad to hear that, Wild Outdoorsman. As you can tell, I'm getting ready for fall at my house. That's my favorite time of the year. My wife is she's starting to decorate things. Over my fireplace, we got some really cool looking autumn type foliage and things going on like that. Yeah, I like it. We got pumpkins and stuff kind of around the house. When it comes to the holidays, my favorite time of the year is fall and winter. Spring is also awesome, but my most favorite though is fall and winter because I know the weather's starting to cool down. The leaves are starting changing. Even out here in Arizona, believe it or not, we do get foliage change, which is nice. Maybe not so much here where I live because we're so low, but yes, I do. We do indeed. It does get colder, but yeah, we do. We're one of the few states that still allow them. I know the state I used to live in before, they're banning them. They're making them illegal. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I love my fireplace. I believe in fireplaces, fire pits, and bonfires. That's my life. Oh, I got you. No, I understand. I understand you don't know. No, no worries, wild outdoorsman. Not tonight, but as I was sharing with the crew earlier, I will be out tomorrow. Um, no, no worries. Have a good evening, my friend. Take care. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. Oh, it definitely does get cold out here. Indeed, a lot of the people don't believe that. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It does get very cold out here. The thing is, oh, indeed, no problem. Um, the thing out here is that even though we are desert, it gets really cold out here. All right, wild outdoorsman, you bet. Take care, my friend. Good chatting with you. Be safe. It does get very cold out here. The desert cold is different than any other cold that I've experienced, unless you're like living in sub zeros or below zeros with snow. But it is definitely cold out here. We can probably go sometimes in the high 30s to low 40s. But my property up in Seligman, which is about almost 6,000 feet up in elevation, it gets in the teens up there. So it definitely gets cold up there. Um, I don't know, man. I guess I'm just really I when it comes to weather like fall weather, I guess I'm very romantic about it because I guess that's a proper word for using it, but I just love fall weather. I like being next to a fire. I love bundling up, whether I'm sipping a glass of bourbon or whiskey or whatever I'm doing. I love it. That's me. And I like being warmed by the fire and sipping a little good little libation to make you warm inside. That's how I like it. Now, this event that I'm going to tomorrow is going to be pretty exciting, I think. I'm kind of excited to see how my grandson is going to do. I've been fishing with him before. He's caught his very first striper when I was with him. I thought that was really cool to see that. I get excited to see him and get excited because, being that young and experiencing things for the first time, it's phenomenal. It's just one of the greatest things in the world ever. You know, I love it. I think it's amazing. Oh, I want to show you the new pole I got. Oh, before I forget, let me show you this. Iron Fishing, how are you? Thanks for joining this evening. Hope you're doing well. You don't know the stripers are beautiful fish. And the thing that I find so interesting is the smaller they are, the harder they fight. I tell you, partner, the smaller they are, the harder they fight. I've caught some fish where they've literally taken my pole and bent it down. And I thought I had a big one. No, it was only this long. Let's see here. Mama Go says, here in Minnesota, it obviously gets below zero. Oh, I bet it does. But one year, Chaos and I went out to Nevada to visit my parents. Oh, so your parents live out in Nevada? Awesome. Let's see here. I said, you better pack a sweater. You're going to get cold. He didn't believe me. Oh, Chaos. My friend, I bet you learned that one. Yes, it gets very cold out in Nevada, especially in the higher elevations. Again, just because it's desert, folks, don't let that fool you. It is cold, very cold. I don't want to get too personal, Mama Go, but what part of Nevada do your folks live in? Oh, hey, very good. You got it. Hey, folks, just so you know, Iron Fishing 101 says he went out bait fishing today for live bluegill. He is going for catfish tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. Now, you going to cut that up, my friend, or you going to use it as a whole, depending on the size? I would imagine you're going to use it as cut bait, right? All right. Let me bring in a new pole. I'm going to show you a new pole I got. Oh, are you seriously kidding me? Pahrump? Oh, wow. Okay. Good story about that. Pahrump. I kind of heard of it, but I never knew where it was. Well, when we first moved here to Arizona, there were three things I told my wife that we need to get when we moved here. We need to get a boat, we need to get an off road vehicle, and kayaks. Okay. Now, if is anybody on here familiar with Tractor Supply? Oh, good point, Iron Fishing. Good point. Yeah, I like that. That's a great idea. Okay, so Tractor Supply has an amazing deal on kayaks. Um, and I know for a fact, Muddy Water Outdoors, how are you? Thanks for joining, my friend. Glad you could be part of the channel tonight. This is just kind of a sit back and relax moment, kind of sharing some stuff I got going on with some new products I'm introducing to the arsenal of my fishing world. If you didn't get a chance to catch it, if you do me a favor, watch the video after the live's over and you'll be able to get caught up. Or I could do a quick recap. Whatever y'all choose, I'm good with it. Anyway, back to my story. See, I went scroll again. Sorry, Mama Goat. So we've been looking for some kayaks. And the very first time I ever got to experience kayaking in the Arizona area here by the river, um, was some friends of ours had some. I got hooked. I immediately got hooked. And if you know me the way I know me and my wife knows me, is if I want something, I want to go bigger and make it worth my while because I want to be able to incorporate fishing into it one way or the other. So I said, all right, well, let's go see if we can find some kayaks. I knew what I was looking for. I've been kind of researching here and there, looking around, and Tractor Supply had what I wanted. The downside to it was there was nothing within 100 miles of me. Nothing within 100 miles of me that Tractor Supply had. So I finally found one in Pahrump, Nevada. Pahrump, Nevada. I tell you what, Mama Goat, that was probably one of the funnest road trips that my wife and I had because we got to go to an area where we've never experienced before, got to see a different part of the United States that we've never been to, and we got lucky on finding two kayaks that I wanted that were fishing capable. So I was pretty happy. It was a good day and a great trip, especially in Pahrump. It was. It was a drive indeed. My wife likes to drive though. She's the adventurous one when it comes to road trips. Me, not so much, unless I don't know. I don't know whether it's a man thing or it's just my thing. I just when I go on trips like that, I have to have a purpose for going. I'm either going to fish, going to hunt, going to do something. My wife, she's the explorer in the family. And I kind of wish I was more like her because she just loves to take a road and go. Doesn't matter where it goes, she just goes. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Iron fishing, Area 51. I would like to check that area out. I really would. Oh, that's right. He does. I would love to get one like that. I would love to get one that. That would make kayak fishing a whole lot nicer. I'll tell you what. Does he have a fish finder on that thing too? Like a depth finder or scope? I think I saw the basic brand, the basic breakdown. Oh, what channel is that? You don't know? Chaos Go? Is that the one you're talking about? Oh, so he really is going out there fishing. So when he catches, he's catching legitly. He don't even know they're there. That's actually kind of cool. That's old school. I like that. Yeah, you don't know. You definitely got to check out Chaos Goat. His channel is amazing. That gentleman can catch some fish. I've seen him do it on his channel. No, hey, you know what? I totally respect that, Mama Goat. Like I said, sometimes they're nice to have. They really are nice to have. I have one on my boat. I even thought at one time about doing a live scope, which I think are great. I think it enhances the fishing 100-fold. But I also believe this too, that when you start putting electronics that detailed into play, yeah, it's not really fishing anymore. You know where they are, and you're just getting them. Yeah, stripers don't like warm water. That much I do know, Iron Fishing 101. They do not like warm water at all. We were out on my boat not too long ago, and the water was 82 degrees. There was not a bite to be. You don't know, Arizona is a great place to live. Um, Coming from the state that I lived in, I feel this state is very, it's very, I have a lot of liberty and freedom here about certain things that I like to do. Not a lot of, I'm not saying that we're unrestricted. We do have restrictions on certain things, but overall, though, it's, there's not so many things that can tell you you can't per se. You know, I mean, it's a great place to live. I mean, during the wintertime, we fish, we off road, we explore. There are so many caves out here. It's unreal that Arizona predominantly was an old mining state from way back in the late 17, early 1800s, if not longer than that. And no, you're right. They don't. They don't iron fishing. They don't. It's sad. Um, But overall, though, during the winter times, there's a lot of things to do out here. Yeah, it is. Tonopah is desert. It's actually really nice desert. One thing that with Nevada versus Arizona type, the mountain sides are a little bit different, not by much, but a little bit. But you can definitely see the differences. But they're gorgeous out here. Arizona, Nevada are notorious for a lot of wild game, a lot of ram sheep are up here. We have them running locally through our deserts. And as you go farther east, like say to New Mexico, even their mountain ranges start looking different. They start going higher up with a flat plateau cut surface versus your typical rolling or your jagged edges like we have. I do. I haven't went in a while, but yes, I'm an avid hunter indeed. I've hunted deer. I've hunted turkey. I've hunted upland game. I've hunted ducks. Yeah, I'm very much into hunting. Not so much since I moved to Arizona because the laws and things are different here than what I'm used to. But I need to get back into it. I've had some setbacks due to medical issues with me and my wife, which prohibited me from doing it. But yeah, we're getting back at it. I'm just started hitting fishing really hard in the last 2 or 3 months. So yeah, in the northern parts of Arizona, there is, yes. I believe there is even some in the mountains where I'm at. We live near a mountain range called the Hualapais, the Hualapai mountain range area, and there's a lot of wild game and bear up there, yes. If you get a chance to check out my Instagram message or my Instagram page, I don't know if you guys follow that or not. You can also find me on Arizona Outdoors on Instagram. I post a lot of my hunting pictures on there. Oh, no bears in New Zealand? Okay. You guys have red stag deer out there though? Oh, before I forget it. See, I get off track. I start talking about things. You know, oh, nice. Good to hear that you don't know. Iron fishing, that is a good question. I really don't know. I need to research that. Whisker Biscuit, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you joining the channel tonight. we're doing something a little bit different tonight. I'm actually staying home. We're having bad weather right now. We're having some severe thunderstorms and rain, lightning. Yeah, I need to find that out. Iron fishing. Need to really find that out. I'm actually going to be challenging myself, and I'm going to be putting some new videos out, guys. Some new lives at that, even. Oh my gosh, that's a perfect place to live. Indeed, you have no snakes. Well, raccoons I like. Skunks, I can tolerate them. Gators, love them. They're actually very good eating. If you've never had gator meat, it is very good eating. Yeah, I'm going to be changing up my lives a little bit in the next couple of lives or so. Um, I'm going to create some new challenges for myself, and I want to see how they work out. If you find folks had seen the last challenge that I did with the fishing of the Colorado River at 1 unit of water, yeah, wasn't so good. I caught nothing because there was no water in the river hardly. You know, you don't know. That is, I mean, honestly, you could almost say that, but it does have a unique taste to it. There is a unique certain type of gaminess to gator meat. It is actually really good though. You too, Iron Fishing. I appreciate that. Hey, my friend, you'll get to see that new poll, I promise. We tend to go off squirrel here a little bit, off tangent. I do apologize, but you will definitely be seeing that new poll. I'm getting a new poll that I already have that in front of me, and I'm going to be getting a new reel. I'm just probably going to end up ordering it online instead of doing it. So, Iron Fishing, hey, have a wonderful evening, and you be safe out there, my friend. Till next time. So and you know, my wife, she she gives me great ideas. Sometimes I can get a little narrow-minded about things if I do things a certain way, and I tend to feel, well, that's the best way. Well, no, fishing is a combination of change. I'm learning that. I am learning that. Fishing can be a combination of change. Nothing is concrete except the fact that you have to switch up bait. Sometimes you have to switch up tactics. And with fishing, that's no different. I'm learning that big time. So, the next couple of videos or so, I might be doing some new challenges for myself, and I would like to share them with you as I'm doing them. I'm going to be trying different types of bait. Now, most of you know who've been following my channel know that I am a huge fan of the Chovies. Love them. I know they hit. I know they work. So my wife says, well, all right, let's stretch and grow a little bit. Show them something different. Absolutely, my wife enjoys fishing. She does indeed. She actually is the one that got me into it. Her daddy taught her how to fish and hunt when she was a little girl. When I met my wife, yeah, I was kind of what you would consider a geeky city boy. Yeah, I mean, I was always a redneck at heart, and I'm proud to admit that because I was. I just didn't know I was. Yeah, but no, I didn't do much fishing or hunting growing up, even though I lived in a great state of Pennsylvania. I think what dashed my hunting dreams was when I was a little boy, I had an uncle that was supposed to come take me to go hunting, and he never showed up. And it just kind of broke my heart. And I'm like, ah. But when I met my wife, that's when that door opened up because her family all hunted. And I've always been intrigued about it and I wanted to know about it, and they all fished. So I jumped on board, and boy, it's been history ever since then. I tell my wife all the time, you've created a monster. You've created a monster. I tell you what, I'm like, what, 12 or 15 poles, and I'm still counting. I've got more to buy. I told my wife today, I've got a pole for every kind of fish I want to fish, and even double them up sometimes because I love fishing gear. I do. So anyway, that's going to be the new challenges on some of the new videos that are coming up live. I'm going to be trying out some new bait. So we all know that carp like corn. That will be the first challenge. Corn. I really wouldn't say it's a challenge because we know carp like corn. Okay, but we're going to try it anyway. Indeed, I will. I will. I promise I will. Okay, for my next challenge, I want to try, well, let's put it this way. I saw a YouTuber try bacon, corn, spam, hot dogs, bologna, shrimp, and sweet snap peas. No kidding, Mama Goat? All right, folks. Mama Goat says, little goat, that's adorable. Little goat uses corn off of our friend's dock and catches rock bass with them. And he loves it. That's amazing. Now, that is so awesome to see an entire family fish. Mom, dad, and little ones. That's amazing. Folks, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Indeed. Now, rock bass like corn? I did not know that. Interesting. Interesting. So I wish I could say I was the first one to try this new bait stuff. Nope, I'm not. And I guarantee I won't be the last. But so I was thinking, because I actually saw him try bacon. He tried spam and bacon. That's a good question. Mama Goat, are rock bass bigger than bluegill? So with that being said, I've got the best of both worlds. I'm going to do bacon flavored spam. We're going to see how that works. Not the eggs. Of course, I do like the eggs though. But you got it. Bacon flavored spam. Yeah. So I could not see spending $6 to $8 a pound on bacon for fish. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the fish, but I'm not spending that kind of money on it. But next best thing, $3. I get both. That's a win-win for me. And what they don't eat, yeah, I will, because I actually do like spam. It's probably not the healthiest for me, but I do like it. So we're going to try that. So we're going to try the corn. We're going to try the spam. Now, hold that thought. I'm going to grab a couple of other items. I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I'm going to go in my refrigerator here. I'm going to pull these out. See, I'm going to pull these out. And I'll pull these out real quick. There we go. So the next process, sorry about that. I wanted to show you something. Let's see, let me catch up real quick. Oh, you don't know? Way ahead of you, my friend. Way ahead of you. I picked up me some chicken livers. Indeed. Okay. Now, if I don't catch much on this bait, I might end up eating it myself. Hot dogs. Again, cheap brand. Not going to spend good money on good hot dogs for fish. Okay. I will make this work. Bar S hot dogs. Now, the thing with the hot dogs I've heard, especially if you're going with catfish, it might even work with carp potentially, which I got to be honest with you. I was shocked. I did not know that carp eat meat. I kind of figured they were more, I don't want to use the word vegetarian, but more of a carb intaker. I did not know that they actually that they like protein. So one gentleman I follow on YouTube had caught carp on bologna, on hot dogs, and on bacon. You know, you don't know. The reality is, I won't say they're not good for nothing. There are certain cultures that do eat carp, and I guess it must taste good because they catch it all the time and they eat it. I don't know how you would prepare it. Am I opposed to trying it? Sure, I'll eat it. Do I want to prepare it? No, no. I'll catch it and release it, but probably not one of my favorite fishes that I would want to prepare. I bet they're great for fishing and fighting and all that, but to prepare it and cook it, I wouldn't know the first thing about it. She caught a carp on bluegill. Nice. Oh, are they really over there pests? They can be problematic over here, but they're not too bad over here. Whoa, a 17-pound carp? Woohoo, that's a beast. Nice. Nice. So check it out. Got to try these. Okay, $6 a bag at Wally World. Frozen shrimp. Frozen shrimp. Okay. Now, I know that cats love them. I know that carp love them. I didn't know that carp loved them, but now I do. Yes. So the thing I've learned recently is that carp like hot dogs, they like bacon, they like bologna, and they like shrimp. And I pretty much thought they were basically, I won't say protein eaters for sure. Well, okay, I'll say that. I just thought that they were like breads and corn, vegetables. Wow, was I surprised when I found out they actually ate meat. Indeed. So again, these are going to be the challenges that I want to produce on the next couple of lives or so. Doing the hot dogs, the shrimp, the Spam, the chicken liver, definitely, and corn. Corn. Now, here's a funny thing. Okay, if you go to, like, say, one of your local markets and you pick up what they call masa, I guess it's some type of um, Hispanic cuisine type. You can make dough or stuff out of it, whatever the case may be, like breads or whatever, or even tamales. I think that's what they use them for, which I love tamales. I think they're amazing. But you can make masa dough balls, okay? You garlic flavor them and things like that. They go crazy for them. Oh, it will be. That's why I'm curious. And you know what? Again, my wife's one that says you need to change up your bait. They always see that you're using anchovies. It gets boring. And I'm like, but it works. She goes, it gets boring. I go, all right. Duly noted. Challenge accepted. Wow. Yeah, 17 pounds. That's a huge fish. No doubt. So, folks, tell me what your thoughts on that. Leave me comments after the video. Leave me comments on the video and let me know what you think. Will they bite on the hot dogs, the Spam, the corn, the chicken livers, or the shrimp? Let me put these back in the freezer and the fridge so they don't get cold or get hot. I'll be right back. I'm curious to see how it's going to work out. I really am. That will go there. Let's see here. You know, the funny thing, though, is I really couldn't believe when I literally saw him just take a piece of bread and he didn't even dough it up or wad it up. He took a piece of bread and just smashed it onto the hook. And lo and behold, within like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, if not sooner, boom, the carp had bitten that thing and eaten it. I couldn't believe that. I was shocked. I was shocked. You use squid for bait and sometimes bonito. That's just a species of. Oh, bonito. Okay, yeah. Oh, so you use squid and tuna. Nice. Chicken livers will win, I reckon, bro. Yeah, I'm hoping so. You know what, though? I got to be honest with you. You don't know. I know that chicken livers will do well. I guarantee they will. But I'm wondering. I'm really hoping for, like, say, the Spam or even the hot dog. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing too. What flavor of Jello do you think I should use for your hot dogs to marinate them in? Because I understand that catfish love Jello flavored hot dog. You have grape, you have cherry, you have raspberry. I'm curious. Oh, that's good to know. Very nice. Oh, that's cool, Muddy Waters. That's awesome. Yeah, once they get hooked on that fishing, man, once you get that first bite, man, you're hooked. It's amazing. You think lime? Hmm, kind of tangy, but all right, all right. Lime, cherry, definitely. That is definitely a winner for sure. Strawberry. Okay, so there's three of them: lime, cherry, strawberry. Okay, so those are three challenges, you guys. I love it. I love it. Here, let me get a photo of that, snapshot of that, because I'm going to be using these ideas, and I'm going to figure out throughout my period of my videos to use those. I think it'll make great content. I really do. So we're looking at, we have one lime, one cherry, and one strawberry. I like Jello. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Hmm. Okay, I'll even go a step farther, folks. Let me ask you this question. After I marinate the hot dogs in Jello, depending on the flavor of it, would it only be right if I had to taste what the fish were eating? Hmm. What do y'all think? Would it be fair? That way I could understand what they're going through when they eat it? Or is it something that don't do it? No? I don't know. I'm intrigued. Tell me your thoughts on why not, Mama Goat. I'm curious. I'm one of these kind of people like, Yeah, man, you definitely got to taste it. I'm on board with that. I don't know. Mama go, I kind of have to go with you don't know. I mean, if I'm going to make these poor fish eat this to try and catch them, I think maybe I might want to figure out what it tastes like. I guess maybe the question is, do I want to know what it tastes like? Sounds disgusting. If you don't, if you do it, you got to video it. You know what? I'm going to do it. Just because you said that, I'm going to do it. In fact, I'm going to do it on the day that I actually go fish for them with that bait. Okay? You got it. Probably the only one that I will not do though. It's that's true. It is all edible. Indeed, it is. The only one that I will not do though is the raw shrimp. I've heard some stories about Walmart shrimp that did not make me feel good. Again, I don't want to bash Walmart, and I don't need any legal issues with it. But I just a video that I saw in regards to somebody using it bait. Yeah, for bait. Yeah, not eating it. And as soon as the fish bite it, it's coming out of the mouth. Yeah. So again, not that it's a bad thing, but yeah, I don't really think the way that it's I would do it anymore. You know what? You don't know. I would imagine it would be. I've seen people catch fish on it. I really have. I think I've actually, in fairness, yeah, it is good bait. I remember years ago, my oldest son, we went to Florida for a week. We were staying out there. My oldest son was getting married, and we did some fishing, and we had live shrimp. We'd use live shrimp. Now, the funny thing about shrimp is they've got, I'm not sure what it is on the very front of them, whether it's their mouth or what, but it felt like they would bite you whenever you go to grab them. They would bite you almost like tiny razor blades that were cutting into your skin. And it wasn't the most pleasant feeling in the world, but there was times when I first started learning how to do it, I'm like, yeah, I'd let my son bait the hook because I just wasn't really into that kind of stuff. But I learned to a point where I finally got good at it that I was doing it, and I just started doing my own. I had to man up. Can't fish if I'm not going to man up. That's the way it is. But I ended up doing it. But yeah, we were using shrimp out there on the actual pier and the intercoastal waterways, and we were catching. We were catching. Um, when I was doing a night fish at 2 in the morning on the intercoastal waterway, I actually caught me an actual baby to medium sized stingray. It was kind of cool. Yeah, it was definitely kind of cool. So, um, ocean fishing, I think, is phenomenal. I think there's a great amount of beautiful species out there and that would fight. What was my very first vehicle? What do you mean, sir? But I just can't do the ocean water. I get real seasick. I just can't do it. Even with medication, I just can't do it. I'm surprised I can actually go on cruises. Oh, my very first car. Oh, you don't know. You're starting to date me here, my friend. Um, oh, yes, I do remember. It was a Bonneville Oldsmobile. It was gold in color. I remember that. Yeah, you really made me date myself there, my friend. Yeah, it was a gold color Bonneville. Yep. Um, Now, when I was growing up in my late teens, early 20s, I had a really awesome car. Because back in the 80s, you got to remember, man, well, they were more like tanks than anything. And I was young. What did I know? It was like a tank, it was just point A to point B. But the very first car that I ever bought that I really loved, hmm, yeah, I'm proud to say it was a 1968 Gran Torino Fastback. Oh, of course. Of course, we all did in the 80s. That was the Hessian age, indeed. Pontiac. That was yours? Nice. Yeah, I had a 1968 Gran Torino Fastback. I love that car. There was only very few of them made at that time. I had it was gosh, what was it? A 282? I think it was a 282 or something like that. I can't remember. I remember something about the motor. It wasn't a powerful motor, but it was a good motor. It was a strong motor. And unfortunately, oh, Mazda hatchback? Very cool. Hey, Mazdas were good. They were dependable. I give them that. Muddy Waters, nope. 1950 F1 pickup. There you go. Now that's when pickups were really made right. Here's the thing. A lot of people give Ford a bad rap. I think Ford has made some really good vehicles, some good trucks. They really have. Chevy, I'm partial to Chevy. I've owned two of them. I love them. But even Chevy has made some mistakes. But I think in all reality, as long as the vehicle is dependable and it looks good and you're happy with it, it's a great vehicle. Right. The one I have now is like I said, I'm a Chevy man. The one I have now is I bought it brand new. I had like 9 miles on it when I bought it. It was a 2006 Chevy Silverado 2500. No, I understand that. I understand that. Yeah, I'm really more fortunate. No, actually, I've owned three Chevys. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. My very first Chevy I owned was a 1976 or 74. Yeah, that's true. Indeed. If you take care of it and you're meticulous with your oil changes and doing your tune-ups and all that, they'll last you. I'm real fortunate with my vehicle. I bought it in 2006, brand new, and we're what 2025 already, almost 20 years old, and I just barely turned 136,000 miles on it, just barely. Yeah, there is. That's absolutely true, Mama Goat. Doesn't matter what vehicle you have, one way or the other, they're going to be in every single type of brand. That's true. That's like with anything, even appliances. It is what it is. But I mean, overall, though, I mean, a lot of it is, take care and maintaining them. So I mean, I've been real fortunate though. I mean, my truck is 20 years old, literally 20 years old almost, 1 year away from it, or less than a year, and it's already just barely turned 160,000 miles. Yeah, see, that's nice. 270,000 miles. That's amazing. That is amazing, Muddy Water Outdoors. That's when you know it's a great vehicle. Oh, they can. Trust me. They can. They can indeed. Those oil carburetors, man, I think they were the greatest things ever made. I really regret that we had to go to the direction that we did with all these new modern technology and electronics and brains and all that for the vehicles. But I will tell you, carburetor, if it broke down, you could rebuild it. Not a big deal. These cars nowadays, you can't. If one thing goes down on it, the whole vehicle's down. See here, Mama Guy says, my dad had a Ford diesel that he bought brand new back in 2001. Between all the trips back and forth. Wow, that's really good. 400,000 miles? That's amazing, Mama Goat. One thing I do know about diesels is that they are designed to run. They are designed to run and run long. As long as you maintain them, they will go. I mean, look at some of these semis that we have on the road. I mean, those things are amazing. Those things are amazing. I would have loved to have a Chevy diesel, but man, the price that they wanted for them, I just could not see it paying that. It wasn't feasible. And now with prices of diesel going up the way that it is, diesel is like the cheapest fuel made and it's the most expensive. Wow. Indeed, it was a great engine. It was a very good engine. A very good engine. Here, let me bring up that new poll I got here. I want to show you guys real quick. I'm still debating on what reel I want to go with it, but I'm trying. So I actually went to Walmart one day and picked up this one. Josie, you still on here tonight? You still watching? Haven't heard from you in a minute. This is the newest one that I got. Here, let's see if I can put it back towards the back here. It is the Berkley rod. It is called the Big Game Power Series by Berkley. Okay. This one it's a 7-foot pole. Yeah, no doubt, man. If you can keep them running, man, they're perfect that way. As long as they're willing to go, you do it. So this pole here is a 7-foot medium to heavy. It tells me the line capacity on it can be anywhere from 12 to 30 pounds. The lure, it could be anywhere from 1 to 4 ounces on it. So I'm wondering, which it's a good parameter to work with, no doubt. But I'm wondering if we give it a little bit more, would it be an issue? I'm curious. I won't deviate from what the specs say on it, but I definitely want something that's going to be able to pull in those big stripers. My goal is to eventually go up to Willow Beach area, up about an hour and a half north of me, and pull in some of those 35, 40-pound stripers. That's the goal I want to do anyway. That's the whole goal that I want to do. So, but again, I mean, pretty nice pole, a really nice pole. It is the big game, as they call it, by Berkley. It's not a bad looking pole. It's definitely got that thicker area for your, and right here, this area right here is really what I'm intrigued by because it's pretty girthy and stout. And then of course it breaks away, which is nice, which I love. It comes into a 2-piece set. So, whoop, I'll break my own lights here. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. Well, thank you. Young amigos, how are you? I do remember you. How is school going? Oh, 2-piece poles are amazingly handy. You can separate them down that way you don't end up breaking them. Good, good. Did you have a test that night or just regular routine curriculum? Yeah, I think having 2-piece poles is really a benefit because you can break them down. With mine, I normally don't. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can actually test. Oh, you did well, huh? You got a good grade on it. I'm trying to figure out a way that I could actually, because I have a crew cab, but I don't think it's good. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I might be able to figure something out. Oh, congratulations. Good job. Good job, my friend. Glad you did well on it. Now, on a pull, it tells you the max drag on it. So, hang on a second. Let me see if I can find this one because I'd like to see it here. I don't think this one tells me what my max drag is on it. Now, I'm going to play ignorant on this one, so I have to. Give yourself more credit than that, young amigos. You're smarter than you think. We call them rods too. I go back and forth. It all depends on how I want to do on it. Oh, on the reel. Okay, I got you. I got you. And that's some of the stuff I'm learning. A lot of the technical terms when it comes to the real aspects of it. Like I'm just, and I don't want to sound ignorant, but again, I told you folks, I'll always keep my channel honest with you. I'm starting to understand a little bit about the gear ratio and how that stuff works. Still learning it, but again, I'm understanding it more and more. I think the more I get involved in it, it's going to be awesome. Oh, it's morning where you are. Well, good morning, my friend. Thank you for joining us today. We are looking at almost 8:40 in the evening over here. That Philippines, that's right. That's right. I had the pleasure of living there not too long, many years ago, actually. I lived there for about 2 years. I lived in Manila. You don't know? No, I actually haven't. That's something that I have been wanting to try. It is definitely, I'd like to call it a gentleman's sport because it takes a lot of finesse and patience. I just spoke to, you all know who Lucifer is on the channel, right? Um, he's the one that was telling me that he does fly fishing, but he uses it with a spinner reel. I didn't even know that was possible, but he says he can do it with a spinner reel. Oh, I'm sure it is a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, man, it's an artistic way of doing things. It is it's yeah, it's I'm not trying to get weird, but to me, when you fly fish like that, it's almost like a romantic way of fly fishing. It's a romance, like a romance relationship between you, the pole of the rod, the line, and the fish. That's how I look at it. Mama Goat, thank you. Oh, you too. You know what? Do me a favor. Have a really good time with you and Mr. Goat and Baby Goat or Little Goat. And do me a favor. Be safe out there, okay, on your drives. And look forward to talking to you guys again. Have a wonderful evening and be safe. Tell Chaos hello for me. Yeah. So again, you're welcome. Um, to me, fly fishing to me seems more like uh, a romantic relationship with the pole, and the way that you just go out there and you do the lining. All it's like a dance in a sense, and it's just so beautiful to watch it, you know. And then as you see that line whipping out there, going farther and farther out with the fly on it, and then having the fly sit on top of the water, and then all of a sudden, wham! It takes off, you know. Yeah, I am definitely not opposed to trying it. The local Walmart here actually sells a beginner's kit for fly fishing for like $35. I mean, it's not going to be the best quality, but you know what? As starting out learning for the first time, that's not a bad deal for 35 bucks if it teaches you some of the basics. I believe that a company called Orvis is well known for the fly fishing industry, well known for that. So I can imagine fly fishing gear can be very expensive. It's so to me, fly fishing is like golf. It gets to be very expensive. Within reason, they do. Young amigo, I'm not sure what you mean, my friend. It seems like Walmart does. I mean, the one that I live near, it doesn't always have everything we need, but for the most part, I can tell you there was a time or two where I've gone into Walmart to look at their fishing supplies, and it's like it was like depleted. It's like, what in the world's going on? And then I had to remember that it was a weekend and everybody and their brother was out there fishing, which I'm not opposed to. It is what it is. But it's like, wow, you wipe out a store with that much product? So some people are fishing. But I mean, overall though, yeah, it's not bad. A lot of times if I can't find it locally, I'll end up ordering it online, whatever the case may be. Bass Pro Shop is about an hour and a half from me. It's in Vegas. And young amigo, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. 45 times 29? I don't understand the question. But I mean, Bass Pro Shop, yeah, that can be a dangerous place for me. I can spend a lot of money there. My old house that we lived in before we moved to Arizona, everything in that house was bought and paid for, or I should say, bought from the Bass Pro Shop. My house, we lived near the mountains, and I basically my wife and I we worked together. We converted our house into a cabin. So, oh, that's a good question. I couldn't even tell you right now. I'm kind of tired. I don't even really. I'm just on autopilot right now, my friend. I'm so sorry. Um, so yeah, I mean, my whole house was basically my house was like a cabin. When you walked into our front door, I had this wooden trout that was hanging over the doorway, and I also had a wooden trout that was hanging over another part of our bar area. So yeah, I have a 60 horsepower Merc fuel injected, electronic fuel injected motor. It's a good little motor. I mean, it picks up and goes. The last time I had it out in the water, we were testing it for compression issues because it was running kind of rough, and unfortunately, the blade came down too low and ended up clipping some rocks. So I ended up having to get a new propeller for it. Yes, yes, it is four stroke indeed. I think a lot of your rivers and lakes and stuff are getting away from the two strokes. I guess they pollute too much, which I'm not opposed to it. I get it. As long as they run more efficiently, I'm all about it. It is what it is. I know there's some lakes in California area that they won't even let you get on the water unless you have a four stroke. You either paddle, canoe, kayak, or four stroke. Otherwise, you're not getting on the water. Period. Which I kind of understand it. I'm not opposed to having cleaner and more efficient motors for the boat. It is a 2004. Um, yeah, they can be. Indeed, they can be. My boat is a 2004 Crestliner, 16-foot aluminum hull. It's pretty loaded. I mean, it got a fish finder. It's got everything on it. Everything I want on it. Are you studying English at school? Good, 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 good. So yeah, I can't complain. It's a good boat. Um, I got to get it up and running though. Again, it was my fault. I let it sit for too long, and I didn't fire it up, and it sat too long. I think what may have happened is that the fuel may have contaminated some issues in there. So now I've got to correct everything. No, 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 no. It's a small aluminum. No, no. It's basically an open bow concept. Good night, Muddy Water Outdoors. Thanks for joining, my friend. Now it's basically an open bow concept. It seats four for the most part comfortably, but when you're fishing, you don't want no more than three because it is a small boat. Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. It's a good little boat. It's like I said, it's kind of my fault. I let the gas sit too long, and I'm paying for it. So it is what it is. Well, folks, I might end up cutting this one short this evening. The time here is we're looking at 8:43 on a Friday night. 8:43 Friday night. Appreciate each and every one of you joining me this evening. I know you probably have different time zones and all that, and maybe even later or earlier where you're at, but I do appreciate you guys taking the time to join me this evening. Again, folks, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel. If you're not, thanks for being part of the channel and thanks for supporting me. I've just reached over 400 subscribers. I'm pushing for 500 now. So if I could get some help in getting that done, that would be great. Well, I appreciate you joining there. You don't know, appreciate it. Said I couldn't do this channel without you guys. Much appreciated. Now, tomorrow, I don't think I'll be going live because there will be a fishing competition going on in the city that I live in. And I don't really like to film a lot of people that I don't know, especially if little ones are there. I don't like doing that. So, but I will be going live again soon, I promise. Next time you guys see me live, I will probably be on some water somewhere. There is one area that I'm checking out about doing. And yeah, no worries. And yeah, I haven't decided on whether I want to go back that way or not. Oh, you guys already 3:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon? Wow. So you guys really are quite a ways away from distance wise. Okay. I bet it's beautiful over there though. So anyway, folks, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for taking the time to spend hanging out with me this evening. Hopefully, we had really great conversation, which means a lot to me. I appreciate that. So again, like I said, if you have an ability, hit that like button, comment on the videos, whatever the case may be, and do me a favor, share my videos with your friends. If somebody may not know about fishing and all that, it'd be great to have them share the video. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You don't know. You take care also. Oh, 11:37 p.m. where you live? All right, young amigos. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Well, it looks like I got more viewers on here. Hello, folks. Welcome to the channel this evening. Welcome to Arizona Outdoors. Where y'all watching from? I have two. One's from Philippines. The other one is from New Zealand, I believe. Take care, young amigos. Have a good evening. So tonight's video basically was kind of a recap. We were going over some of the products that I use when I'm out fishing live at night, and going to be changing some bait up. See how that works. Anyway, folks, until next time, take care of yourself. Be safe out there, whether you're hunting or fishing, being out in the great outdoors, anywhere you may be. Be safe out there and take care of yourself. All right, guys, have a good night. And again, everybody, thank you for joining. And until next time, I'll see you outdoors.